Hey guys, David Saduski here. In this video, we're going to talk about what you can do if you're fresh, starting out in the business day one as a realtor, or if you're an experienced agent looking to revamp the business and trying to get some more strategies sent to you. I got 18 listings my first 3 months in the business at 18 years old. So these strategies really work, and they're what I do consistently to this day. We're going to talk about the 3 phases that I believe are in the real estate agent career. So I hope you guys get some value out of this video. So the first thing to focus on when you're day one, starting fresh in the business, is the environment you're surrounding yourself in and the mindset that you have going into the business. Now, what does this mean and what can you do about this? Well, the environment that you're surrounding yourself in, if you noticed, if you're day one in the business and you showed up to the office, there's probably no one in the office actually working. And that's what you want to avoid. You don't want to surround yourself in an environment where people aren't actually working, honing their skills. They just complain about the market, saying it's this, that, and the other, and that's why they're not succeeding. You want to run away from that environment. So you want to focus on getting into a place that's going to hone your skills on those things and really hold you accountable to showing up and actually working in this business. I left from Howard Hanna and I switched over to Platinum Real Estate, and that's because Platinum Real Estate was focused on building me up through prospecting and lead generation, which is going to be the next thing that we're going to talk about. But they were focusing on honing in my skills, and they created an environment for me where agents are actually consistently working. And that's what I personally need, is to be surrounded by that. The next thing you really want to focus on is your mindset going into the business. You want to go into it not like those other agents. You are here to do a job, and your job is to provide value for people. And now you want to come in every day on a consistent basis with those 2 objectives in mind, keeping yourself accountable and giving people value in real estate. And you'll make money just by doing those 2 things. So those are the mindset going into it. Now, what can you do to look for a brokerage? If you don't have a brokerage near you that you found to hone your skills on prospecting and lead generation and doesn't have the right environment, the next thing you could do is join a team. Joining a team is great, keeps you accountable, keeps you focused, and hopefully the team will lift you up in your skill sets so you can be a top producer and a seller and slowly move out on your own. I found that most people stay in teams for about 2 years, and then they typically go out on their own, and it really gives them the skills and resources that they need to do such. Now, if you don't have a team and you don't have a brokerage near you, I highly recommend investing in coaching. Whether or not you're on a team or a great brokerage, I always recommend coaching because it gives you a one-on-one relationship with somebody with a skill set that you're trying to achieve. That is invaluable, and if you could have direct conversations with your coach and really allow you to build yourself up, you can be a top producer very, very quickly. I myself started a coaching program, and I'm getting my clients typically on average to list about 1 home a week in 3 months. Now that's incredible, and you're at top agent level status with that. And I think the dropout rate right now is like 88% or 90% of realtors fall out, and it's because they're not setting the right environment or mindset, and they certainly don't have a coach with them that's holding them accountable and giving them the skills that they need. If you guys are interested in learning about my coaching program, I do have a link in the description below. You can schedule a 20-30 minute call with me, and we can see if it makes sense for us to work together as well. Again, I don't let everybody in, just the people that are focused on prospecting and becoming the best that they're trying to be. So I'd love to have a chat with you. But if you're day one in the business, focus on those key things, and it'll really level up your skills and give you the motivation to move forward. Now, the next thing to focus on is personally my bread and butter, and that is lead generation and prospecting. These 2 things, as I said before, are vital to actually grow your business and get commission dollars in your pocket. Now, what is lead generation and prospecting? Basically, it is as it sounds. Lead generation is you getting incoming leads consistently to your business. That is 100% the most important thing when you're running a real estate agent career. You need to be focused on how can I get leads consistently to my business. My form of doing this is through prospecting. And in my opinion, I think it is the number 1 way to get business very, very quickly. A lot of people say marketing and this, that, and the other. Marketing is great, don't get me wrong, but when you are prospecting, and I mean outbound prospecting, outwardly reaching out to people, whether it be through phone calls, door knocking, whatever it is, when you are outbound prospecting, that is much, much faster return on your time to get a commission check than marketing will ever be. So I highly recommend prospecting, outbound prospecting. What can you do actionably right after this video to start your career and start getting commission checks? I recommend just calling all of the for sale by owners in your area. I have a link in the description below with my personal for sale by owner script, along with a few other videos that I I have of me making outbound calls. But when you are calling for sale by owners, just draw a radius around yourself, about 30 to 45 minute radius around yourself, and you can just call every single for sale by owner in your area. For me, there's about 100 FSBOs near me, and that's 100 people potentially like raising their hand wanting to sell their home. Now, just the only block is they don't want to do it through a realtor, and that's why you prospect and you show them the value that you have. And these are commission checks that you can get right now. Think that I did the numbers yesterday. My percentage on business, 67% of my business comes from for sale by owners. I mean, that is absolutely massive portion of my business, and that's from leads that are totally free right now through Zillow that you can prospect right after this video. So I recommend getting good at that. The things that we discussed previously in this video, coaching, your team, your brokerage, will allow you to build your skills and become a master in this. But definitely focus on prospecting like this. The other things you can prospect for are expired leads, for rent by owner leads, old expired leads. These are about the 3 to 4 lead sources that I call it: FSBOs, expireds, rent by owners, and old expireds. And that builds my entire business that I have today. So if you aren't prospecting, it blows my mind when agents are doing that and they're just starting out. Calls aren't for me. Yeah, they suck. They're not fun to make. You just have to consistently do them and get better at them, and they will be your thing because you're going to see the return on your time and investment that it takes from making calls. It costs almost nothing to make these calls, literally nothing if you're calling FSBOs, and the amount of money you can make from doing that is out of this world. So definitely get into that when you're fresh starting out in the business. I notice a lot of agents just do busy work throughout the day. That's why you typically don't see most of them in the office, is because they're just doing busy work, making these Canva ads or doing this, that, and the other. And it's great to try to grow your marketing or your exposure, but if you want dollars right now, again, it's going to be through prospecting. Now, next phase of the business is to focus on building a sustainable business. Once you're making money and getting commission checks through prospecting and lead generating, you're going to want to build a more sustainable business. I do very, very well through prospecting, but I also work very, very hard doing this. So now what I'm focused on currently in my business is trying to build more sustainable business. What does this mean? Well, I don't want to have to work as hard for the rest of my life to get the same amount of business I'm getting now. How do you do this? Well, the way I've learned and found out about is just by being an exceptional realtor, providing amazing value to your client, and then simply keeping in touch with them. Building a friendship with these people and keeping in touch with them throughout, the next 5 to 7 years when they end up moving again. And now they're going to have you'll get your return before that. It's not just 5 to 7 years when they sell again. It's also all of their friends and family that are selling again as well. My mentor right now says it's like a tree. You have one client and then you have all these different branches that continually branch off. It's just infinite business from one client. So you really want to focus on building a strong relationship with each and every one of your clients. And it's something that I'm focusing on currently in my business and making it better. It's something that I allowed to drop off. I didn't really think about it, staying in touch with people, and something I'm revamping right now to really hone in and build a friendship with these clients. If you think about it, most people only move a few times in their entire lifetime. So they're only selling their home, again, a few times in a lifetime. It's a very emotional and troubling experience. It can be very, very difficult for these folks. And that's why they hire you. You do the process, you do the busy work, the real estate agent stuff to make it all go through, but you're also being there emotionally for them to let them know that everything's going to be okay. And if you do those two things, if you're an exceptional realtor and you're there for your clients emotionally, building repeat business, all it takes is just staying in touch with them. Whether that be reaching out to them every month or two, letting them know the value of their house just went up or down, whether it be just checking in on their kids or how their recent vacation went, liking a Facebook post, whatever it is, that's all it takes to build these repeatable customers. And then 5-10 years down the line when you're in this business, you won't have to work as hard through prospecting and lead generation. You'll just have the leads coming to you. So that's the next phase of the business to focus on. These are the 3 steps that I've taken to build a great career as a real estate agent. Again, number 1, just setting the right mindset and environment for when you first get in, then be focused on lead generation and prospecting, and then lastly, focused on building a longevity, sustainable business. Now, throughout all this, you need to be constantly focused on learning and growing your skills through books, reading, podcasts, coaching, whatever it be. You need to always be honing in on and building yourself through knowledge. But these simple steps have gotten me to do very well at such a young age as a real estate agent, and I hope they do the same for you. Again, I would love to have a quick chat with you guys through my coaching, see if that can help you guys out as well. Again, link is in the description below. We can hop on a 20-30 minute call and see if it makes sense for both of us to work together. And I hope this video really provides you value. Just actually put in the work and you'll do amazing in this business.